Pesci kind of.
Listen, there's a door here. Like, might put your head on it.
Oh,
You know,
hi.
that classic scene.
Whenever I get like ragey, Winston's like, "Don't be Pesci. You're pulling a Pesci right now," and I'm just like, "Don't be Pesci."
Can you do a Pesci like an accent or something like over here or something?
No.
I don't know. This is terrible. I apologize. Sorry, Joe. Like,
No, it would be.
Sorry, Joe.
I'm
Okay.
Italian, so maybe I would be. I don't know. I don't want to do a Joe Pesci accent. I don't think I have to. You can see the rage in my eyes when it happens.
So it's Lanza.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Are you filming now?
Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
I'm sorry. So I apologize. This wasn't clear enough. I'm sorry.
No, I like it's very seamless.
Yeah, exactly. I like
Joking
impromptu.
about the yeah.
So we're in. It's not the first time that people ask, "Are we recording?" Yes, we are.
Right. We have been.
But it's not like we don't try to get any like scoops or whatever. It's just like you be you.
I don't think that's my phone. Maybe it's somebody.
I think it's a rotary phone, by the way.
It does sound like an old.
Yeah, it does sound like an old phone.
It does sound like an old phone. Yeah.
I have no idea.
Joe Pesci.
Yeah, he's
It's
like.
Joe Pesci.
I heard you were making fun of me, and you were doing accents.
Hey, what do you want? I'll whack you.
Or maybe it's just harder, but just like with her guitar being like.
Oh
Chano,
yeah.
this is off topic, but not off topic. But
Yeah,
this is
not for us.
a callback for something that we were talking about earlier because we were
No,
talking
I'm
about Charo,
sorry,
right?
but-
We were talking about. Is it El Charo?
I'm gonna just do a thing where I film your boobs, so don't take it like.
Oh, the roses.
Poorly.
Yeah. No, they're there. Like.
Yeah.
Because the El Charo thing for people, this isn't barely a plug even because I don't think the brand even exists anymore. But
Right.
it used to be
It's
popular.
Spanish, right?
I have no idea, really. We were kids over here in Portugal, and that was really popular as a brand. But it's a Spanish thing. But I don't know even if the brand is Spanish. We got that in Spain, then maybe
Maybe so.
so. Yeah. Anyway, how are you? You just played the show.
Really good. Yeah, I know we got distracted talking about Joe Pesci, and then I was like started thinking about Joe Pesci and like different Joe Pesci scenes and like yeah.
Have you
I'm
ever
good.
thought about Joe Pesci on stage or something? At any point?
No, not I haven't.
Of course not.
I can
Who would?
honestly say, and I'm trying to. Maybe people have different sort of like spirit animals, you know, that help them get in the zone.
This is one of my favorite topics of all time.
Spirit animals,
Yeah.
like what helps you to.
Yes.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm bad on the spot, you know.
It could be an animal or a person or
Yeah, I know. And
even a concept if you.
Or whichever.
Like going away from like the Native American spirit animal kind of thing.
Yeah,
Then it's always an animal. But
Nônô chimes in, by the way.
Yeah.
Yeah, so she's part of the show, so don't
I'm trying to
mind.
think of what I was thinking about up on the stage tonight. Maybe I was thinking about chips. I was thinking about the chips that are in here and
Really?
how excited I was. to
And
come
not the
back.
fruit.
Not the
The fucking fruit platter.
Oh yeah, not the fucking fruit platter. No, the chips and the Fanta. Yeah.
Fanta.
Oh, did you ever have Sumol?
No.
It's a Portuguese soda and it's the best.
Sumol.
I might have had one with my pizza yesterday. It's like Fanta, right? Except
it's
more like Orangina.
But they
but
actually
more
have like
fruitier.
Fruity. It had pulp in it a little
there's
bit.
pulp in it.
I totally had one
Try
of
the
those
pineapple
yesterday.
one. I hate pineapple, but I drink that one.
That one is really good.
Small.
Sumol.
Sumol. And I hope we get a sponsorship deal out of this.
We should.
Yeah, we're dropping a lot of
should.
names.
Brand.
Yeah, but
These ones are like gone now. I think the Charo.
It's cut out
I think so. I think so.
yeah, Sumo. I'll try to buy one in the airport. Unfortunately, I'm leaving tomorrow, so that kind of sucks. But tomorrow, really early.
I don't think you get them in Bilbao, by the way, where you're heading.
Well, what about in the Lisbon airport?
Oh no, for sure.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
No, it's everywhere. Yeah, for sure. So, had you been in Portugal before?
Yeah, I was actually here not that long ago. I played in Porto
Okay.
for Primavera Porto.
Oh, okay. I missed that. I missed that one because I had.
It's like an opening party thing.
Yeah.
Yes. I couldn't go on the previous day. Yeah.
Right, but you went.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, I came for that, and then before that in March, I came for another festival in Lisbon. Yeah, I can't remember what it was.
In March.
In March.
don't
What the
remember.
fuck was it called? Oh my god.
I don't think I heard of that one though. I would remember.
So bad. My brain is like taking. I just am mad at myself. I can't remember what it's called. Anyways, yeah,
But-
I was here in March.
Okay, but still, still, you play a lot of shows and you go everywhere around the world, and then you don't always have to remember everything, so especially names of things that's in foreign languages,
Yeah, and I have a lot of like friends who are very encyclopedic. They seem to just be able to like recall
Okay.
shit so easy. I don't know what it is. If they just take a lot of fish oil and it helps like stimulate their I don't know, their cognitive abilities. I don't know. I'm lacking.
You know what? I had the same thing. I could never remember the name of anything. Ever.
Yeah.
Like a date or a name, nothing.
Yeah.
The situation that I lived, always, I could remember everything.
Yeah.
Turns out I have ADHD.
Oh.
And so I started taking Ritalin. I'm now 30. I started taking Ritalin when just as I turned 30. And all of a sudden my memory is fucking amazing.
Wow.
Like I can remember the names of people, of things. I can remember the names of stuff in general. And all my life, because I had good grades and I had stuff like that, people never even considered.
That was an issue.
And I have never considered it before. Until my doctor was like, you have ADHD. You're clearly too hyper for words.
Interesting. Well, maybe I don't know if that's my problem, but maybe it's worth exploring, or maybe I could get some Ritalin out of the deal. I do.
I think you have a problem. I think that's not the word.
I do like to feel focused.
Maybe not, but I don't think we implied that you had a problem though.
No, I mean it's. Sometimes I can remember shit, and sometimes it's really difficult.
No, really. Yeah, but, I'm kind of people tell me that I have an excellent memory because I remember.
Has an encyclopedic memory.
But then I don't remember a lot of stuff that I really would like to remember, especially on this show. But still.
He won't remember situations, but I remember stuff that we saw on in 1992 we saw a video that mentioned the producer and the label, and 15 years later he's like, I know this song, the producer is so and so and the label is that, and I'm like,
about several things, not necessarily just music, like sports maybe, or something just random. I'll just know.
Factoids. Yeah.
And because I used not. I believe I wasn't as good with names and faces because that's something you hear a lot. People are like, I'm not good with names and faces and names and stuff like that. But if you practice it, memory is like a muscle, and you kind of really can develop.
Yeah. I think that a lot of it is if you really care. I'm not minimizing real life, or I'm not if you cared enough, then you could know. But
you might be a little. I'm just.
So no. Just
all my life people said if you just practice more, bitch,
I'm really fucking trying. I'm really
I studied
trying.
literature, and after I read a book, I was like, what did I just read? I wasn't I have no idea.
No. Just found out that you were playing today.
Thing. Yeah.
So I think I've been doing this for 12 to 13 years, and this I think is the first time that I've ever emailed someone and got a reply we'll be doing this later.
I'm so happy you did. Yeah, it was last minute.
Because you're doing a shoot later afterwards.
Yeah,
and
the portrait thing.
And the portrait thing and
Portrait thing.
Kim, she's a friend of ours. She's staying at our place, and she told me you know who's playing, happening at this festival at NOS Alive that I really want to watch. Jessy Lanza, and I'm like, I'm sorry, what? Excuse me? Yeah, we found out today. It's
for the first time in ever. We emailed the same day, like.
I got a couple of hours later. We have that, so that's awesome that you're on the show. So thank you so much.
Thank you for asking me. Yeah.
It's our pleasure. And we also had. It's funny because we had Jeremy and Matt of Junior Boys exactly a year ago.
Oh yeah, they played this festival too. So cool.
They've been on the show, and I asked. I guess. Well, I asked them about you, so I'll ask you about them. So, what nasty words do you have to say about Jeremy and Matt?
Oh, they're like, both of them are such an inspiration to me, like, and they have been since I was like 17 or 18 years old, like, because we're all from the same, like, it's not a small city, it's like half a million people, but like, compared to Toronto, which is like the big Canadian city.
Well, Lisbon's like 700,000 too, so
yeah, it's
not
like,
that much bigger.
It's not a huge city, but like just in terms of the music scene, like people do not think of Hamilton as a place that like spawns electronic music. Like it's kind of a tough industrial like rock, like really macho. And so when like Junior Boys became big and like they were from Hamilton, they like toured around the world. I was just like, I loved their music. You know, I looked up to them so much. And so when Jeremy and I started working together, it was like, I've just like always been, very inspired by them.
And how does that come about? Like, you just bumped into them or got introduced maybe?
Matt's little sister is my best friend.
Oh.
Yeah.
That's so cute. Yeah, exactly.
So like, I've been friends with, her name's Amy, since I was 12.
Hi, Amy.
Yeah, hi, Amy. Amy did a mess, yeah. So I always knew Matt and Jeremy, and like, you know, I'd go over to her house and they were like there working on music or whatever. And Hamilton's not that big a place, again, and especially if you are interested in music, it's like the pool is not that deep.
Okay. Did you come from just like an electronic kind of context, or were you like, did you meet them in like another context? Like either indie music or hardcore or punk, like, you know, that thing happens often. Like you'll meet someone when you're 14 going to like shows and stuff like that. And like, was it electronic music? Was it independent music, alternative, or something else?
Well, they were always doing their electronic music thing, and
thank you, by the way.
The kind of music that I worked on, like when I was a teenager, was like very different from what I do now, just because I had no idea what I was doing. You know, I was just like trying to find my sound, and I didn't have one for a really long time, you know, so I just, it really wasn't until I started working with Jeremy, like maybe, I guess it's probably like 7 years ago now, that, I don't know, just kind of clicked that I had somebody to share ideas with, and like we both understood where we were coming from, and we just kind of had this sound together, where like certainly I hadn't experienced that before. I had done more like singer-songwriter kind of stuff, and it really fucking sucked. So
well, you have to hone your craft, right?
Yeah, I mean, like you can't. That's one of the things about like being creative, or maybe what stops a lot of people from being creative is like you really have to be shit before. Like nobody, like this idea of like Mozart like is like a genius from the womb or something. It's just like not reality, you know.
He just had a lot of road time. He just had a lot of road time before he was 3. I think.
Yeah, apparently. I don't know.
Just went on the road, like toured Europe, like it was like a tiny baby.
When I started playing, and I have my own thing, it's now called Malaise.
Yes.
But by the time that I started in 2008, I really thought that I was not able to sing properly. Yeah. So I named myself Can't Sing for Shit. Oh, nice. Like instead of naming my songs on the computer being like, it's me, I was just like, cannot sing for shit. And then I just went on tour in America, and then I got better at singing, and everyone was like, "Why are you called Can't Sing for Shit when you now are able to sing?"
Yeah.
It's like, because that's how I started.
Yeah.
So
Because
like,
you
I
sing
made
so
myself
well.
that.
Yeah. You sing so well. Why is this? It's ironic and no.
I had a show like in the state of Washington, and people were just like, I saw Can't Sing for Shit was on the bill, and I thought it was like kind of like a post-folk kind of thing, and I was not. I was like genuinely like, my idols are like kind of like Spitting and Elliott Smith and people like that who are just like absolutely genuine.
Yeah.
And they thought that I was just like trying to like be ironic about myself, and I was like, no, this is legitimately how I started. I was not able to sing well.
Right.
Yeah, because you have to undergo that, I guess that route, like that that voyage. I mean,
That moment where you kind of suck.
Yeah, no, it's like everybody has to, start from a place that's usually not going to be, I mean, hopefully it's like an upward hill, and then, because,
well, it's kind of, does it happen like you getting worse? Maybe do people get worse?
Yeah, I mean, I think you do. You can. Anything can happen.
The show is actually called Made of Things, and it's based on the idea that you dedicated yourself to your art because something triggered you to, like, I want to do that. Did you have that? Because you mentioned working with having junior boys around and stuff like that. And what got you into? What made you feel like I really need to do this? Did you have like a moment in which it clicked, or not at all?
I mean, like, I played piano growing up, and I really liked the isolation of it. Like, I mean, sometimes it really sucks having to, like, I can't go do this or do that or hang out with my friends because I have to practice and do my exams and, like,
Was it very strict? Then, like,
yeah, I mean, to do classical piano, it's like if you're going to be any good, like, you have to practice.
kind of like sports, right?
What's that?
Kind of like sports almost, like it's competitive.
Yeah, it's competitive, and you have to devote time. Like, you just have to put in that time. And so even though it kind of sucks, going to practice, there was something I enjoyed about, like, sorry, I just got to go be by myself because, I don't know, I think I do have misanthropic tendencies. But, I mean, everybody has, like, it's not like I want to be alone all the time, but I do like just spending time by myself and listening to music and, like, being a musician, really.
Yeah.
I can do that, like, as much as I want, So I really enjoy having that time, having time in my studio to just work and be alone, and then, like, just emerge when I want to, and it's a real privilege for sure.
So you basically already were doing it before you even felt like you had made a decision, I guess. Like, too early on, right?
Yeah, for sure. I've tried doing jams. Jeremy and I have tried to, like, let's just get together and jam, we just
like
come
feel
up
it out and
with
stuff.
shit ever. No, it's like I cannot. I'm not good. I mean, maybe
It's hard. I completely respect people who jam, but like
I know
not, like,
and come up with something.
jam for shit, I guess.
Yeah, I'm not a good jammer.
But for instance, like, I'm just curious now. Like, what are your jams with Jeremy sound like? Like, does it just not go anywhere, really?
Exactly. There's, like, no song. It'll be like meow, meow. It'll sound like neither of us know. Like, we'll just be like our cats, like playing. Honestly, sometimes it's like, or even when I'm alone, like, I'll go into my studio and I'm just like, it's like I've never done music before. Like, I'll just be like, I have no sense of rhythm or pitch, like, and that just happens some days, And then the next day you're like, I'm a fucking genius. Yeah, but then later on that night, I don't know if you get it where you, like, listen to something you thought was, like, amazing, and then you're like, oh, this is really bad.
Yeah, because for sure, especially if you're extra excited, I would say maybe like, oh, this is so fantastic, and they're like, oh.
Yeah, you mentioned, like, playing with, like, your cat, like, as if it were your cat playing.
Yeah.
I had 2 bunnies, and, like,
I love bunnies.
and they were super
Bunnies are
snobbish
amazing, by the
about
way.
music.
Bunnies are amazing pets, guys. By the way,
Bunnies are amazing pets. Like, they have this huge personality. And I had this bunny who, like, I would listen to punk songs, it would not like compute with her.
Yeah.
But I tried listening. I just thought like I never listened to Adele. Let's just listen to an Adele album. And I was listening to it, and my bunny got my fucking like this big of a bunny, like small bunny,
Like tiny bunny.
a tiny bunny. She got so mad. She was starting to bite my computer and the speakers, and I was like, "Do you hate Adele?" And
She did hate
switched
Adele.
music, and
Yeah.
I switched the songs, and like I put on Bon Iver at the time just to like see if like a mellower thing was good with her, and she was just like in heaven. And so like when
Bunnies purr as well, like.
yeah, they purr their teeth.
So they purr with their teeth. So like she put on Bon Iver, and then she would like be like, you know, that's so adorable.
Yeah.
And sometimes
So
I would
cute,
play
really.
songs
Seriously.
that I thought was amazing, and I was playing the song, and both my bunnies, like her and the baby, would just be like, "I hate that song. I'm gonna bite your guitar, and you're never going to play the song again." And I legitimately have discarded songs because of my two.
How the bunny reacts.
Bunnies taste, you know.
Yeah.
Bunnies are the harshest critics.
Very sensitive creatures, you know.
They are. Actually, they are.
No, I know
very
they are.
much.
That's why I've never had one as a pet because they just get scared, and I just feel like they're always kind of like quivering, but they are so sweet.
They're also bossy. Like, I want this here, and then like, no, I want that here.
Right.
So that's what you're saying. So you mentioned that you had classical training in piano. How it's not that far off, or like the distance is that much of a stretch that you go to do electronic music. But how did you start doing electronic music, really?
Well, so I was in a program at school that. Hi.
Okay.
Yeah. What was I saying? I was in school, and then I dropped out, and I had no money, and I moved back to Hamilton, back into my mom's house. Was feeling pretty down on like where my life was going or what I was doing. And I still really wanted to make music, but I didn't have any money to like do it in the way that I had been doing when I was doing more like songwriter stuff. And you know, I would like hire my friends that I went to jazz school, because I went to school for jazz. I couldn't hire them to play my songs with me. Like I couldn't hire an engineer and use their gear in a studio. So basically, I just
Or jam with them.
or jam, do any jamming. I was too broke to jam. So yeah, basically just turned to like my computer, and I met Jeremy at a show, or it was a DJ night randomly, and I was like talking to him about how I was back in Hamilton and what he was up to, and I just lucked out that he was like on an off album cycle with Junior Boys, and he had time to work on music, and yeah, he gave me a copy of Logic, and then I just started doing stuff myself because I couldn't afford to pay anybody to, you know, record for me, so I just had to start figuring out how to do it myself.
So it's really basically DIY then.
Yeah, and that's how that whole thing started. And
All for DIY, guys.
yeah, no, it's good. It is so much better to just learn. I mean, of course, like expertise is like, you know, I have lots of people. I mean, Jeremy is like a huge mentor for me, and he certainly has expertise in things, and like, but he's like I mean, he has built up his studio from like nothing to like this incredible.
It's really developed then.
Damn, that.
This happens. Yeah, no, at this venue in these things, it does happen a lot. But yeah, it's very. Is it very like it's like a super
He
studio?
just has an amazing collection of analog gear, and like it's just wild. So yeah.
Fantastic. Motivational for sure.
Yeah.
Motivating, I mean.
Definitely.
Motivational.
Yeah.
But one last thing, just so it means I love you. Does the person have to guess what it is?
What do you mean?
The it.
Oh.
Like this beer means I love you. That piece of fruit means I love you.
Oh, it's when you make eye contact.
Oh.
It's when you look into my eyes. Then it means. Yeah. I guess it is a little bit vague. I've never been so great with grammar and carrying the.
I don't have to be like I'm not trying to like squeeze the truth out of you.
Dissecting this sentence and it doesn't make any fucking sense.
Sure it does. Of course it does. Of course it does. Doesn't mean have to be literal. I'm just I know. maybe it did, and maybe it doesn't. So
It's about the eye contact. Yeah.
eye contact, guys. So never.
It's a freaky thing to do. Yeah, especially with strangers.
Yes.
Yeah.
Especially
Yeah.
if you do it like this.
And then you start thinking about it, and yeah.
Hi. Hello.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Thank you, Jessy, for being on the show.
Thanks so much.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
My name is Jessy Lanza. Thank you so much. I'm going to play you one more song. Thank you, Lisbon. Thank you for having me in your beautiful country. Thank you.